Welcome one and all to the Cine Geeks podcast, where movies, TV, and all things geek collide. I'm Angela, and I'm joined by our fabulous lineup of drag geeks to once again talk about Drag Race Philippines. For today's pod, we're tackling episode 6 of Drag Race Philippines season 2. But before anything else, of course, I'd like to introduce first my fabulous co-hosts. To start with, give it up for Norman.
Hello! Magandang araw, tanghali, gabi, wherever you are, kung saan man kayo nakikinig. I'd like to thank our listeners for your being so supportive to this podcast of us. Ano daw? Podcast? Ginawa kong padtay.
Gutom yarn. Thank you very much, Norman. And of course, give it up for our kasani, Mason.
Hello! Hello po kayo dyan sa mga sikip-sikipan po namin mga avid listeners. Thank you po sa inyong world-class support. Nandito po ulit kami makikipagkulitan at excited na makipagchikan po sa inyo. Ayan! Hello!
Talagang sikip-sikipan na yung brand mo.
Oo, sikip.
And last but not the least, mag-ingay ka naman ulit ngayon, Jello.
Ano nga ulit yung ingay? Hello.
Hello.
So, hello everyone. So, thank you again for listening to us here in Cine Geeks reviewing.
Yan na po.
drag.
Yan na po ang pinakamaingay niya.
Ito na yung hindi ko talaga, pinaglahi ata ako kay Jacqueline Jose talaga.
Actually, very connect yan sa ating episode because episode 6 of Drag Race Philippines Season 2 is Drama Rama Mama. And it's an acting challenge. Ayan. And of course, before we continue, we'd like to remind everyone who hasn't done so to follow our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Google Podcasts. Ayan. So, okay. We can start with our mini challenge. And ano nga ba yung title ng mini challenge natin?
Papuwet ate! Ayan, ako. Title pa lang, very wholesome na. O, diba?
Wholesome nga ba?
Oo, very wholesome
Wholesome.
na. Oo.
Whole? Wholesome? Ang wholesome mo naman.
O, diba?
Kakalorke.
Well, I have
And-
to commend our production. Very witty ang ating title. And we also commend yung ating mga popwete.
Yeah, actually, hindi naman siya puwet. It's not about puwet. It's about puppets. Ayan. And nakita na natin to before sa Drag Race US, yung puppet challenge where they drag up their dolls or parang puppet version ng mga drag queens na remaining. Tapos parang ginagawa nila ng impression or parang ini-impersonate nila yung queen na yun.
Sa akin, kung i-relate natin sa RuPaul's Drag Race, ang hindi ko malilimutan is si Bianca Del Rio nung ginawa siyang puppet. And of course, the world-renowned daughter of Alaska Thunderfox, si Lil Pound Cake. Yan.
Ay,
Yun.
oo, tama.
Gusto ko yun. Pero, yun nga, yung puppet, hindi ko malilimutan sa season ni Bianca Del Rio, yung naging puppet siya. Kasi, let's face it, hawig na hawig. So, for this mini challenge, tignan natin, sino ba yung naging kahawig? Or let's listen to our comments kung sino yung naging kahawig, kapeg, ang pag-acting ba sila? Paano ba yung naging mechanics natin for this challenge?
Actually, parang randomly nila pinili yung kung sino yung i-impersonate ng bawat queen eh. And kung sino yung napili nila, yun yung aayusan nila yung puppet nila na parang kamukha nung nakuha nilang queen. Sino ba sa inyo yung nag-stand out?
Right. So it's a time
Okay.
for dragify your sisters, 'di ba?
Mm-mm.
So, maraming nag-stand out pero unahin muna natin si Arizona Brand. Si Arizona Brand, yung kanyang in-impersonate is si Miss Jade So. In fairness naman, plakadong-plakado yung pagkuha niya ng shades. Tapos tawang-tawa ako dun kasi skin-bearing outfit yung ginaya niya in pink and blue ribbon. 'Di ba? Na, which is, yun naman talaga yung brand, Miss Jade So, na medyo Sino nga yung
Outrageous.
rapper? Outrageous. Yeah, tapos
Mm.
yung
Nicki Minaj.
rapper, Nicki Minaj, at saka dun yung isa pa
Cardi B.
si Cardi B. Ayan. Cardi B. Cardi
Ay,
beautiful
Michael
talaga
B.
si madam.
Andrew E. Rapper, Glock 9?
Michael B.
Tama.
Ayan.
Pero nakuha niya din yung hindi maintindihan na sinasabi ni Jade no?
Actually,
Ayan.
Daig
Para
pang
siyang lasing
pasmado
doon.
bibigyan. No? May sariling lingwahe talaga si bakla. Ano
Mm.
kaya yan? Ano ba? May ganun si bakla.
Natawa ako sa sinabi ni Jade. So sabi niya siya lang daw yung magandang puppet kasi ang papangit nilang lahat.
The shade.
The shades. Oo.
Okay.
How about you, Jello? Sino naman ang ang nag-stood out sa'yo?
ang nag-stood out sa akin was, by the way, yung criteria nila was kung sino yung mas nakakatawa for Mama Pao, di ba?
Oh, that's simple.
Mm. So, pero for me, who stand out was si Ovicon.
Mm.
Actually, parang
As puppet or as
it's a joke. So, actually, dun ako magbe-base dun sa criteria nila na joke. Hindi ko alam kung mababaw lang yung humor ko, pero tawang-tawa ako dun sa paulit-ulit yung vape couture. Episode
Ah,
vape couture. Pero kasi, for me, ang simple nung ginawa niya na paulit-ulit yon. Pero it points out to Arizona Brandy na inuulit-ulit niya yung parang tulad, if I would jump further, magiging comment sa kanya na parang masyado siyang nag-over depend on the branding.
mm.
So, I think that was a very wise or intellectual way of Ovican pointing out or helping out Arizona Brandy. At the same time, it's fun kasi nga inuulit-ulit niya. Vape couture.
Effective yung repetition pagdating
Yeah.
sa comedy talaga.
Yeah.
True.
Akin naman, speaking of Ovicon, nung ginaya siya, wait, hindi ko na matandaan sinong gumaya kay Ovicon.
Hanabeshi.
Si Hana
Si Hana
Beshi.
Beshi, yun.
Yes.
Si Hana Beshi ang nag-stood out sa akin nung ginaya niya si Ovicon. Kasi yun talaga yung sanib effect. Tas, don't touch me. MP3.
MP3.
Yan. Tawang-tawa. Kasi ganyan-ganyan niya. Tapos parang pa rin. Parang may sanib pa rin yung puppet.
Tapos
Biglang lumutang daw.
Lumutang.
Lumutang.
Ayun, lumutang na siya.
Kuha niya yung drama niya yung nung on-talk episode.
Yeah.
I think ngayon nagpipeak si Hana Beshi, pataas yung niya, yung performance niya, even dun sa mini challenge. And speaking of that, Hana Beshi won the mini challenge
Right.
Yeah.
because of her impression of Ovikant, the exorcism of Ovikant.
The exorcism of Ovican.
Talagang binrad na nila na may sanib si Ovicon. Ovicon,
Asan ng MP3?
magparamdam
Asan
ka.
ng MP3?
Mm.
Don't touch me.
Yung MP3.
At
In
least
fairness-
si bakla ina-acknowledge na meron siyang don't touch me moment. May ira siya.
Tsaka tawang-tawa din si Ovikant dun sa ni Hana Beshi sa mga jokes.
Oo.
Tuwan-tuwa din siya.
It
Anyways,
didn't sound offensive no?
unlike meron isang performance dun sa mini challenge na medyo nakakross ng line, which was Didi Marie Holiday, and it was highlighted naman plenty dun sa episode because he shared a personal story na sinabi niya in confidence, na sinabi ni Hana Beshi sa kanya because Didi impersonated Hana Beshi.
Right.
Kayo, how did you feel about that ba?
Well, if you were given the trust to tell his or her side of the story, dapat kailangan i-consider mo yun as sacred eh. Di mo yun dapat ipanglandakan kasi nga, in the first place, binigay sa ng tao yung trust na pangangalagaan mo yung sikreto niya kasi meron siyang pinagdadaanan at kailangan mo yung irespeto. So yun, nakakasad lang kasi nakaapekto siya sa overall performance ng dalawa somehow. Diba? Ayun. Anyway, how about the others?
Kaya nga secret, di ba? Dapat hindi sinasabi. Open letter ba yun? Kung open letter, I would appreciate and understand. Secret nga. Secret, magkaiba ng spelling sa open letter.
Jacqueline sagot.
Sabi ko na nga ba eh.
Ano masasabi mo, Nanay Junisha?
Hindi ako pwede pag nanap-change siya. Baka marinig ako dito.
Okay. Anyways, ayun nga. Like I said, Hanabeshi won the mini challenge and she won 20 pook and an advantage for the maxi challenge, which is Drama Rama Mama. And ito yung title nung parang soap na gagawin nila. Pangako sa'yo mula sa puso magkaribal sa dulo ng walang hanggan ng kadenang ginto. 2 gives.
Sabi. Hindi ko kaya yun to gifts. Hashtag telebaklasya.
Oo, ang sakit sa
Oo.
ulo. Sumakit sa ulo ko yung dun sa title
Haba.
nila.
Oo. Title pala
Eh.
magko-commercial na.
Tama. And si Hanabeshi, siya yung pumili ng mga roles para sa mga ating mga contestants. Okay? Ang una, Hanabeshi chose the role of Susan Pabrika. Siya yung nanay. Jade So was Carla. Arizona was Eva Lequicki. Ovicant was Sister Marites. Didi Marie Holiday as Charing. Captivating Kat Kat as Barda. And Bernie as Marla. Okay. So let's start with the performance of Hanabeshi as Susan Pabrika. What can you say about her performance, Norman?
Siguro sa akin, we have to give the floor to the person who could impersonate Jacqueline Jose naturally.
Ah.
Miss
Okay.
Jacqueline, ano po ang comment nyo sa performance po ni Hanabeshi?
Nung napanood ko si Hanabeshi, nagulat ako biglang, Susan Pabrika, Susan Africa, tapos biglang naging Jacqueline Jose. Ang saya ko talaga nun. Pero anyway, on a serious note, on a lighter note, Hanabeshi's performance na Susan Africa, Susan Pabrika, which is a reference to the great actress na laging nanay, laging ate, bida sa Mara Clara, si Susan
Mm.
Africa. Wala kasing masyadong parang paano ba masasabi natin yung mannerism or the way Susan Africa would speak. So it was a wise choice to switch on another character that would highlight Hanabeshi's acting prowess, no? So I think na-justify ni Hanabeshi yung pagiging mother si Susan Pabrika, yung character niya. So tumatak siya, and yet yun nga, na-showcase niya na pwede siyang two actress at one character. Ganun. So, it was
Agree.
shows talaga na marunong sila umarte. Marunong siya umarte.
Thank you, Miss Jacqueline.
Salamat.
Akala ko sasabihin mo, Hanabeshi, nauna ako sa'yo. What about you, Norman?
Sa akin naman, I agree with Jello na ang galing ng shape-shifting or voice shifting ni Hanabeshi. Pero bukod doon, hindi ko talaga malimutan yung itsura niya na kamukha niya si Patrick Star. Doon sa kanyang makeup, sabi ko, ay, Patrick
Same note.
Star. Patrick Star. Patrick Star. Tapos, in fairness, mukha siyang babae na na manganganak nga. Yung, alam mo yung manganganak na ako makapag-lipstick. May picture taking kasi. Alam mo yun?
Nauso nga yun no?
Oo. So, congratulations, Hanabeshi.
Mason?
Right. Actually, nasabi na nila, pero madagdag ko na lang na very much...
Alam ko, kapag nahuhuli ka talaga, nasasabi na lahat. Promise.
Totoo. Si Hanabeshi was very much in character. Kasi nung nakita ko, ay, tara ni bakla. Diyos ko, parang hindi siya manganak ng triplets. Kasi mukha niya pa lang, parang alam mo yung buntis na buntisin na talaga. Alam mo yung parang ipaprioritize sa sa airport, yung pagpasok agad. Parang siya bibigyan ng Well, so acting
Mahilig
naman
manganak.
niya. Oo.
Oo.
Pusa?
Oo. Hashtag
Tuwa.
family planning. Mahilig mga anak.
Oo. Tsaka, in fairness naman sa character niya, tsaka dun sa acting niya, ang simple lang ng pagdadala niya, pero alam mo na kahit pa paano parang may restraint siya, meron siyang time na nag-let go siya kasi hinahayaan niya na magbigay ng spotlight dun sa ka-eksena niya, which is maganda yun sa actingan. So, in fairness naman. So, winner ka doon, Hanabeshi, congratulations. Beshi na beshi ka doon sa performance mo.
Yeah.
Ayan.
Angelo, no. We would like to hear your opinion.
Uwi na lang ako. Wala na akong masabi, te. Sinabi niyo na lahat eh. Wala
Oh,
na. O
nasabi
sige,
niyo na
i-end ko
lahat,
na.
Juan.
Magdi-disconnect na ako.
Nasabi niyo na
Hindi.
lahat. Tantos Juan.
I think we can all agree that Hanabeshi did well, especially sa casting. And she did the wise decision na siya yung unang pumili ng role na gusto niya. She used that advantage. Hindi yung parang katulad ng nakikita natin sa ibang drag race seasons na masyadong mabait na pinagbibigyan lahat lagi. Alam mo yon kasi during the casting, nung nag-uusap pa lang sila, may konting contention. Gusto din ni Didi Marie Holiday yung role na Susan Pabrika. And I'm glad na kinuha niya. And she really put her foot down na sa kanya yung role na yon.
Exactly.
Ayun.
Yes.
Di ba? May nadagdag ako.
And
Meron pa
I
pala
think-
ako masasabi.
Oo nga. And I think she was very fair. Kasi yung role lang na yon, yung pinaglaban niya, pero the rest, pinagbigyan niyang kumuha ng gusto nila. So I think
That's right.
more than fair yung ginawa actually ni Hanabeshi.
Yeah.
Ma-add lang din, kasi yung parang feeling niya, she also felt vindicated about it kasi nga, what Didi Marie Holiday did to her during the mini challenge was something na hindi niya in-expect gawin sa kanya. So parang when she said no, na akin tong role na to, gagampanan ko na maayos. So, ayun, in fairness naman sa kanya.
Pero to add din, it was the first time I saw Didi let go of a character she likes. Kasi if you remember yung previous actingan din, pero kinausap niya si Arizona Brandy doon. So I think she know what she did and inayaan na niya si Hanabeshi.
Yeah.
Agree.
Right.
Now we move on to Miss Jade So as Carla. She's one of the triplets. Ayan. So, ikaw naman, Mason, ang mauna this time.
Alam mo, nung nagsimula palang bumuka yung bibig ni Carla, hindi ko na talaga siya maintindihan.
Parang hindi naman talaga siya maintindihan ever.
Hindi ko na talaga siya maintindihan. So sabi ko naman parang, kung pwede ka naman magloka-lokahan dun sa role mo, pero pwede ka, dapat in character ka pa din na naiintindihan mo kung anong pwede mong gawin. Alam mo, pumasok siya dun sa acting na nasabog siya. Na parang, alam mo, hindi ko alam kung nakailang hit si Madam or nakailang laklak ng Dayan 35. Kaya siya nakagumanon. Like literal, hindi ko talaga siya naiintindihan the whole duration ng kanyang scene. So parang ayaw ko siyang bigyan ng punto doon. How about you, Norman?
Actually, ako, nung narinig ko na she's going to do someone na parang gangster, rapper, or parang kali-kali, sabi ko, hindi na nga siya masyadong naiintindihan because of her alien vibes. Tapos biglang yun pa rin yung character niya. Sabi ko, naku, di ba nga gusto makakita ng judges ng ibang kulay, ibang texture mo. Tapos parang yun ulit yung ipapakita mo. Parang there's nothing new. Di ba nga, as a drag racer, dapat laging may bago. So, minus points yon sa akin for Miss Jade So. Pero yung landi factor tsaka yung kanyang laging sobrang revealing na outfit, nadala naman niya doon. However, what's new?
Exactly.
Right.
Completely agree.
Jacqueline.
Wala na rin akong masabi. Hindi ko na alam kung paano ko sasabihin, comment si Miss Jade So. Pero well, actually, kinakain kasi niya lagi yung sinasabi niya eh.
Gutom siya, girl.
Tumyarn.
Parang, I don't know if her role was someone who's sophisticated, liberated kind of girl, pero, di ba parang pagka yung, let's say, laking yaman, gano'n, ang peg ng character mo, di ba, supposedly, dapat mas maiintindihan yung sinasabi mo, kasi parang, you're the mayaman-ish one or something. Kaya lang, hindi ko alam, may dentures ba siya or something? Hindi talaga siya maintindihan magsalita. Even sa other performance ni Miss Jade So, mga lip syncs, hindi mo makita yung bibig, kahit bibig man lang para mag-lip read ka. Wala. So, kinakain niya lahat. Or baka naman sobra na ng retoke. Banat. Yun lang.
Naapektuhan na yung speech niya nung ano niya.
So,
Enhance, no?
Well, ang role niya was supposed to be Valley Girl. So parang dapat maarte lang. Hindi siya parang yung parang ghetto. Parang yun kasi yung dating niya eh. Mas parang ghetto na parang black language, ganon.
Mm-mm.
Akala ko black language talaga siya at laging lasing.
Hindi.
Yung pala
Valley
hindi.
Valley Girl is parang mga Kardashian, ganon, magsalita.
Valley-
Parang, like,
Tiga ano pala
I don't
siya.
know, like, parang ganon.
Beverly Hills pala dapat ang peg niya.
Parang dapat she speaks like this. I really don't know
When
what
I
you're
wanna eat there, like when I wanna eat there, I'm gonna eat there, like something like that.
Yeah,
Hindi,
I really
parang,
like pink. Like, it's so pretty. And like, parang ganon. Ganon yung Valley Girl eh.
like pink is Pink.
Pero ang nakuha ko sa kanya parang Bronx eh. Parang ghetto. Parang si Miss Vanjie. Ganon.
Oo. Para siyang si Miss Candy Muse na pinapayat.
Ah.
Wala rin ako kasi maintindihan dun eh.
Literal talaga, as in.
True.
Buti na lang
Anyways.
maganda si Miss Jade, so.
She's been relying on that beauty for too
Yes.
long.
Mm-mm. Masyado na siyang naging complacent. So,
True,
Well,
true. I
moving
agree.
on. So, sino next natin?
Our next queen is Arizona Brandy as Madame Eva LaQuickie. So parang
in
siya yung
reference to Eva La Queen.
yung name lang, pero parang ang ano niya is parang si Selena sa Mula sa Puso. Parang siya yung ganon.
Selena Sevilla. No.
So,
Ayun ba yung
ayan.
apelido nun? Halo-halo na. Selena Sevilla. Sino si
Sige.
Selena Sevilla?
Selena Gomez.
Balik na tayo kay Arizona Brandy.
Anyway, Arizona Brandy. Okay. In fairness naman sa kanya, magaling siya. Magaling siya. Alam mo yung mata niya pa lang, parang bumubuga na ng apoy. Parang may VoIP couture talaga siya. Abang nag-acting pa lang siya. Alam niya kung kailan niya babato yung linya niya. Tapos, hindi siya masyado nakikipagsapawan. So, yung parang pumunta siya sa scene, aral na aral niya kung ano yung magiging role niya. Tapos, very generous siya dun sa mga co-actors niya, in fairness sa kanya. And what I really love about, aside dun sa get-up niya, is para siya dong demonitang baklang, maraming pera, ganon. Ganon yung peg niya doon. So, well done so far. Well done sa actingan. At I think may future siya sa pagiging artista. Yes.
Arizona Brandy, to me, sa mga fan ng Mara Clara, yung vibe ni Nenita, yung other woman ng tatay ni Mara at ni Clara, si Nenita, yun yung vibe niya na binigay sa akin. I-google mo.
Parang ang pangalan nun si Lenny.
Lenny ba?
Lenny, oo, Lenny.
Okay.
yung parang kabit ni Gary.
Oo. Nakakaloka sa napunta.
Ewan ko sa'yo, kapatid mo. Normanita.
Drag name pala yun eh. Sino si Lenita? Si Normanita. Anyways, yun, Lenny, yun yung naging vibe niya. Alam mo yung may maldita, medyo, pokita. Hindi ko masabi.
Yeah, tama.
Yun yung niya. Galing ni Arizona Brandy.
Diba?
How about Miss Jacqueline?
Well, magaling siya. Magaling talaga siya.
Magaling.
Sobrang galing niya. Tuwang-tuwa ako nung deliver niya yung speech niya. Ang galing niya pumasok. Ang galing-galing niya talaga pumasok. Yung mga punchline niya, yung naging kangaroo siya bigla.
Oy, totoo nga. Nasulat ko
Oo
din.
nga. Natawa ako doon.
Oo nga. Very good.
Actually, yung mga lines pati niya, maganda. Tama yung sinabi ni Mayton na inaral niya yung character. And bukod sa in character siya, naaral niya yung character niya, hindi siya nanapaw. Stay lang siya doon sa character niya. Kontrabida ako. Ganun ako. Ganun lang. So, yeah. Kudos to Arizona Brandy. Salamat.
Thank you, Miss Jacqueline. Yeah, nasabi niyo na lahat as usual. So, isa lang siguro masasabi ko dun sa performance ni Miss Arizona Brandy. She knows her strengths. And alam niya
Mhm.
na yung brand niya ng Arizona as herself, nilagay niya din dun sa character niya. Kaya hindi nawala yung pagiging Arizona. Makikita mo pa rin yung personality niya dun sa role na ginampanan niya. So, kudos to Miss Arizona for that.
Yes.
Okay. We move on now to Ovi Kant as Sister Marites. Norman, ano naman masasabi mo kay Ovi Kant? The Exorcism
Obviously,
of Ovi Kant.
alam niyo na hindi ako masyadong fan ni Ovi Kant. Pero for today's episode, ang galing ni Ovi Kant. Gustong-gusto ko siya today sa kanilang acting challenge. Yung kanyang weird na makeup. Pero di ko talaga makapag-move on kay yung sa isang linyang binitawan niya. At kailangan ko na nga kunin ito. May kinuha siya from behind. Tapos kinuha niya yung notebook na tinago niya rin nung sinabi niya na at dinali ako ni Mang Kanor. Ay, mali pa na.
Wrong entry.
As in, yung tama ko doon, pwede akong puntahan ng mga kapitbahay at ipabarangay. Ang galing ni Ovi Cat. Makeup-wise, parang na-weirdohan pa rin ako dun sa makeup niya. Parang, totoo ba, Ovi? Ganyan yung itsura mo pag tumanda ka. Tapos yung pagdadaster niya and yung niya, yung, tumikil ka, nanganganak ka. Kasi parang binabayis niya or she was, doing something pleasurable to Hannah Bessie. Pero iba pa rin si Ovi Cat. Talagang natawa ako sa kanya, sabi ko, iba siya today. Parang, alam mo, Ovi Cat, if you are listening to us, book might be your strength, but you also have other strengths to consider. Marami
Yeah.
kang iba pang talent. You're funny, you're spooky, pero to me, your being pleasant is more lovable.
Right.
Tama. I agree. Miss Jacqueline.
Ang galing. Ang galing talaga. Para sa akin, kung ito sa acting challenge, number 1 ko si Ovi Kant. Natural. Natural ang kanyang pag-a-acting. Parang ako lang, natural. Pero hindi. Natural kasi yung looking niya, yung the way he acts, like, yung nasa park, gustong gusto ko yung nasa park scene nila. Parang, eto na yung notebook, ganyan. Tapos umupo siya. Tapos, talagang may eye contact siya sa co-actors niya, co-actresses niya. As in, the way an actor should be. Sabi ko nga from previous, yung kanyang theatrical performance was superb. This one showcases again na pwede siya actually pumasok sa acting scenes, diba? Acting business.
Mhm.
He got it. Kaya, yeah, Ovi Kant, this is your way. Ito na, pwede na kitang makasama sa scene.
Truth. Ayan, grabe, Ovi Kant. Basta what else can't you do, diba? So, I really love her versatility talaga. At saka, dun sa mga scenes, lumalabas talaga siya. Like, makikita mo siya eh. Pag pala ng camera sa kanya, kitang-kita mo magsa-stand out talaga siya. Meron siyang binibigay doon. Meron siyang binibigay na flavor doon sa scene na kung makikita mo sa bawat mga characters na nandun, parang yung iba medyo monotonous yung kanilang atake. Yung sa kanya meron siyang sariling flavor na makikita at kapag papanoorin mo yung pelikula, maaalala mo siya. So that's what I really love about her. So congratulations, Ovi Kant. Oo.
If there would be best supporting actress or actor.
Best supporting actress if there's an award. Tama.
Ovi Kant, I can't get enough of you. Ovi Kant. Ayun.
Sige, ulitin mo.
Ovi Kant, get enough of you. Ovi Kant.
Palakpakan yun. Ang galing-galing ng baby.
Ang tagal ko nag-intake, sabi ko, ay, oo no, Ovi Kant, can't get enough. Okay, Ovi Kant, can't get enough of you, Ovi Kant.
Ang galing ng baby.
Baby, ang galing ng baby. Huwag mo nang ulitin yan, baby.
Yeah, nasabi niyo na naman lahat. And wala na akong maidadagdag. Basta, she did well. Ovi Kant did well.
Mhm.
Hey.
Okay. Move on na tayo sa next. Si Didi Marie Holiday as Charing. Siya naman yung surprise na sister. So, hindi pala triplets, quadruplets pala. And, ang eksena niya is parang yung doble cara.
Mm.
oo.
Yung sa may parang Karamiya ba yun?
Oo,
Yung
yun.
ano pala yun? Basta Karamiya ba yun? Tama?
Oh,
Yung sa GMA na show.
Oo,
Basta
yung
yun
parang
yun,
may
oo.
mukha sa likod ng
Oo.
ulo niya.
Mm.
Si Voldemort nasa likod.
Si Voldemort.
Tama, si Voldemort. Oh, sige. What can you say? Sige, Miss Jacqueline, you go first.
For Didi, for Didi, for Didi, for Didi. Teka lang, kino-compose ko pa yung thoughts ko. It's a hard role yung mukha lang, yung
Agree.
mukha lang yung kita mo, mukha lang yung kita sa'yo, yung the rest of your body is part of the green screen. So, I have to congratulate. I am amazed sa ginawa ni Didi kasi yung expression ng face niya brought justification dun sa doble cara na mukha lang yung kita sa kanya. And at some point parang nawala yung asar ko sa kanya dun sa ginawa niya sa mini challenge because she delivered well talaga dun sa acting na yon na sabi ko mukha lang pero convincing as in character in right exact of the role na ginawa niya. Kahit konti lang yung lines niya, tumatak siya as the fourth quadruplet. So, congrats to that.
Right. So, yun nga, nasabi na ni Jacqueline ni Hal, yung, yung, yung expression, na madagdag ko lang, her scene reminded me also of Starla, diba? Diba si Starla, yung parang dun sa, yung hindi ng hiling. Parang ganun yung feel. Diba? Diba? Parang siya lumabas sa bote, yung parang ginaganon-ganon lang. Pero, nagrereklamo siya unang-una because four-liner lang yung binigay sa kanya. Pero,
Yes.
despite the limitations, na-prove niya na at least sa maliit niya na role, tatatak pa rin siya. So, congratulations dun sa pinakita niyang performance.
Sa akin naman, yung performance ni Didi Marie Holiday, nung una, sabi ko, ano yung role niya, bangaw? Kasi sabi ko, naka green screen. Ano ulit tawag doon? Chroma. Naka-chroma wall sila. Tapos
Chroma,
sabi ko,
oo.
but ganun yung niya, ganun yung makeup niya. Parang yung nose line, tabingi. May purpose pala. Tapos nung nakita ko na yung final product, sabi ko, she did well. Kasi kahit wala yung physical body niya doon, just the face, she did well. Tumatak yung role niya, kahit konti lang yung lines, she did well.
What else can you do ba with 4 lines lang? It was a challenge already, getting that role. Pero ayun nga hindi mo pa rin maiwasang isipin na it all stemmed from that mini challenge Kasi the Didi Marie Holiday that we know will fight for the role she wants. 'Di ba? Pero dahil dun sa nangyari sa mini challenge, nagsettle siya dito sa role na to. Yes, she did her best, but alam mo yon, parang it's doomed even before it began. Yun yung masasabi ko kasi how can you just act with a face tapos parang hindi pa ganun ka ganda yung visual effects. Alam mo yon, parang kinopy-paste lang yung mukha niya dun sa ano. And by the way, nasa likod siya ng ulo ni Bernie.
Yeah.
Yan. So, dun siya nakakabit. Yun yung kanyang karamiya. And let's move on now to Bernie as Marla, the third sister.
In fairness, kay Marla, very playful ng character niya doon. Parang kikay-kikay na peg. May mga magandang points, may mga times na hindi siya consistent doon sa acting niya. Minsan bumibitaw siya doon sa acting niya. Hindi ko lang alam kung dahil to sa mata niya. Pero yung tinitingnan ko kung paano siya kumonek doon sa kausap niya. May doon sa scene 1, sinulat ko dito scene 1. Sa scene 2, nung nandun sila sa park, sikip-sikipan siya doon. So, meron siya kasama niya yung guy. Tapos, napaka-linis ng ginawa niya doon so far. Pero nung dumating na yung ibang characters doon, parang nakain siya ng very light doon. Parang nagpatalbog siya. So I was like waiting for her to somehow stood her ground and create also a scene na makikita din siya. So lumubog siya ng very, very light. Ayan. Medyo nakukulangan ako sa acting ni Bernie.
Ako naman, hindi ako nakakukulangan sa acting ni Bernie. Bagkus, gusto ko siyang i-brand na this is another safe Bernie. Hindi pa rin siya tumutodo.
Yeah.
Parang, I've seen that. Yung ano siya, charming, yung okay siyang umarte, on point siya. Pero, kailan ba natin makikita yung Bernie katulad nung sa Fringe? Kasi yung sa Fringe, runway look yon. Pero yung sa mga challenges, kailan ba puputok ang bulkang Bernie?
Yung kabogera,
Bogerang Bernie.
mode. Oo,
Yeah.
tama.
Well, as for... Ay, sarap. Ano yan?
Uy.
Well, as for the role of Bernie, Marla, no? So parang siya is the Mara of the Clara. Nung
Siya yung good girl doon sa sisters.
Innocenting utu-utu din.
Tama.
Pero,
Pengi.
pengi naman. Wala na ako.
Oh my God, Norman, kumakain na iinggit tuloy kami. Nagugutom
Oo,
din kami.
Grabe siya.
Correct.
By the way, we're open to sponsors. Kung meron gusto mag-sponsor ng
Yes,
Pudang.
please.
Baka naman, we are being listened internationally. So, baka naman.
Hashtag chicha.
Babalik na ako kay Bernie.
Yes,
Bye.
go ahead, please.
Going back to Bernie, I agree na yung nagkaroon lang siya ng impact for a first few seconds nung scene 2. But then, when other characters arrive, lumubog siya nga. Kinain siya ng other characters. Okay naman yung acting niya kasi yung mga eye contacts niya, the way yung... Kasi inaaway na sila, di ba? Nag-inaaway na sila ni yung other characters, ni Kat, nung inaaway siya naman din ni Jade. So siguro a little bit more of exaggeration. Yung ganon, yung parang, sino ka, ganon, ano ka, ganyan. A little bit of exaggeration wouldn't be detrimental dun sa acting niya. Para lang makita mo na she's trying. Yun nga, because Mama Bernie again is trying to do or to play safe. Ano lang siya, parang safe flight lang siya. So, yeah, on the sides lang siya lagi kapag ganun eh.
Okay. Si Bernie, for me, middling na naman. Very safe. Tama. I agree with what Norman said kanina. Nothing too special. Nothing too bad. Just so-so. Medyo safe queen na si Mama Bernie these past few weeks. Pero, let's see. Namimiss ko na yung Bernie na kabugera.
Bernie Capugera!
Copyright.
Same note, sorry.
Okay, last but not the least, we go to captivating Kat as Barda. Okay, what can you say about her role? Let's start with Norman this time.
Kay captivating Kat, nabigay niya sa akin yung look na na fierce at the same time may ibubuga for this acting challenge. Gusto ko yung look niya, gusto ko yung makeup niya, gusto ko rin yung delivery niya ng lines. Parang swak na swak siya dito. It wasn't a standout, pero it's more than safe. Kumbaga, may ilalaban. Ganun yung naging dating niya sa akin. Tapos, very kadenang ginto yung yung approach niya. Dyan sa acting challenge na yan. So, sabi ko nga, in fairness kay Kat, akala ko all words na naman siya na, ako mananalo dito, ako yung palaban dito, I'll get this acting challenge, another Rue badge. Pero, to top it all, ang galing ni Kat. As in, overall, ang galing niya. It's more than safe.
Right.
Mayton.
Ayun, yung mga naisulat ko ng sabi ni Kuya Norman. Well, to add lang, I would like to congratulate Kat for an amazing performance. Kasi pumasok sa scene na marami sila at nangangailangan yun ng panahon for you to also make other people see you. At pinakita niya yun, hindi siya basta nagpakain, siya yung kumain sa mga ka-eksena niya. Which is actually maganda kasi yung role mo doon, you're being critiqued by the one and only Diamond Star, Maricel Soriano, and you have to
Mhm.
give it your all. And I think pumasok siya doon sa eksena na yung mata on point, yung galaw. I also love the preparation of the lines as well, yung batuhan niya doon, yung bitaw niya ng linya. At
Totoo yan.
oo, at yung kung paano niya ginampanan yung role na Barda. So,
Mhm.
congratulations, well done, Madam Barda. Barda
Yes.
Gulan ka talaga for the win.
Yes. Barda is the first name. Gulan is the surname. Barda
Mhm.
Gulan. Gulan Barda.
Gulan Barda, summa cum laude. Ayan. For
Yes.
Drama Rama.
Award.
O, diba?
Yes. Ma-add ko lang, no? It's a dream come true for most of the LGBTQIA plus members to meet the gay icon, the Diamond Star, Maricel Soriano. Inay! Pansinin mo kami. Inay,
Opo,
actually,
inay. Oo.
ang sabi nga ng mga artista, maka-eksena mo siya, more so masampal ka niya, is something else. And all of our racers got the chance to be slapped by no less by Maricel Soriano. Ang
Soriano.
sarap sa
Totoo yan.
pakiramdam. Small but terrible. Nasampal ka ng maliit niyang kamay.
Ah.
Pangarap yon.
Pangarap mo din ba
tanong,
yon?
Ay, oo, no, isang eksena lang, di ba? I think this is the time para gawin na natin ang ating acting challenge.
Terry!
Terry. Sagutin mo
Terry!
tanong ko. Wait lang, ang daing Terry. Terry. Sagutin mo tanong ko. Are you fucking my husband? Maganda talaga dun. Yung kay Sasha,
Minsan.
classic yun eh. Mission. Mission.
Mission! Terry! Terry! Terry!
Putang ina.
May ganun ba sinabi si Maricel? Kakaloka.
Ay, huwag natin
Ulitin na
yan,
natin
yun.
yung acting challenge nyo dalawa. O, Norman versus Angela.
Gawin na
Terry?
natin. Wait lang, may dialogue pa si Terry.
Yun lang kasi yung linya ko, Terry. Okay, sige.
Ayan.
Anyway.
So, anyway.
O, tama na yan, Terry na yan. Okay, we now move on to the runway. And the runway category is, can I get an alien?
Alien.
Alien.
Okay. So, otherworldly alien. Ganon ang ano. And the first to enter the main stage was captivating Kat Kat in her all gold Fifth Element outfit na para siyang nagfo-float dun sa stage kasi parang naka-hoverboard yata siya. Yung parang nagro-roll siya. Sige, what can you say about that? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Akala ko actually, yung sinabi ng alien, magiging guess si Brad Pitt. Hindi pala.
Ah?
Si Brad Pitt na na yung
Alien talaga.
alien, oo. Siya kasi talaga yung alien yung gumaganon, di ba? Yun yung reference ko pagdating sa ganyan. Anyhow, for Kat Kat's runway, yung yung kanyang R2-D2 or Obi-Wan Kenobi or basta yung Star Wars na itsura na robotic.
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element siya ata. Fifth Element inspired.
Fifth Element ba?
Yeah.
Alam mo yung yung alien dun sa Fifth Element na kumakanta yung
Oo. Yes. Oo.
Okay.
Diba?
Kasi sa akin, yung mas Star Wars yung itsura ng lola nyo. Anyway, halata ang age. Anyways, captivating yung kanyang look for this runway. All in gold. You know naman, whenever there's gold, I love gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Kat Kat.
Yes, winner ni Kat Kat. Ayan, so for Kat Kat, nung pagpasok niya pa lang, sabi ko, oh my gosh. Like, yun lang talaga una kong reaction. Oh my gosh talaga. Like, literal. Kasi, parang, it was very out of this world. Parang futuristic yung naging dating niya sa akin to the point na mas lalo pa akong na-amaze nung nag-hoverboard na siya, na nag-float na siya. Sabi ko, oh my God, hindi siya naglalakad. Nag-float siya sa stage. Tapos, nung kin-close up yung zoom in, yung details ng kanyang suot, oh my God, the it was very brilliant kasi nakita mo yung blue eyes doon sa may ano niya, tapos yung parang pinagdikit na mga gold na mga cuts doon sa may kanyang damit was very amazing. Sabi ko sa kanya, sabi ko, ito na talaga isa sa mga pinaka-the best na napanood ko at nakita ko. At yung execution niya talaga, para siya talaga dong alien, literal na alien. So, congratulations. Wonderful.
Yeah. Jello?
Ako naman. The Captivating Cat, Fifth Element pala yun. So, hindi ko na alam yung Fifth Element eh. Akala ko, ang nakita ko kasi sa kanya, if you have watched yung Guardians of the Galaxy, yung mga gold people doon.
Okay.
Yeah, pwede.
Oo, pwede
Pwede din.
din. Oo.
Yung gold people doon, di ba? Yung parang queen na yung gumawa kay Adam Warlock.
Tama.
Yun yung naisip ko. Yun yung nakita ko nung una.
Mm-mm.
And for me, it was great or lucky siguro si Captivating Cat na siya yung naunang nag-present ng mga goldish thing. Kasi, although maganda talaga yung kanya eh. Maganda yung pagka-present ng dress niya. And swak na swak dun sa alien. Lalo na nung di siya naglalakad. Akala ko nung una magaling lang siya maglakad na parang hindi siya naglalakad. Pero naka-hoverboard pala siya. And yeah, ang ganda niya doon, ang ganda ng makeup niya, yung actually hindi lang siya basta gold eh, meron siya yung parang may other color siya doon sa kanyang dress sa gitna. And it was really good. It's great for the alien thing.
One of the best I've ever seen in Drag Race history. Kahit sa Drag Race US, wala pa akong nakitang nag-hover on the main stage
Totoo.
like she did. And the makeup was divine. Sobrang ganda nung makeup na hindi lang yung outfit niya yung all gold, pati yung skin niya was covered in gold. So talagang detail, napaka-pulido, napaka-polished. So yeah, that was Captivating Cat. Next we have Didi Marie Holiday in her golden na ensemble. Pero para siyang, I think it's made of carton or paper. Tapos, parang mid-length lang siya, above knee. So, what can you say about her outfit?
Actually, nung nakita ko siya, sabi ko, ooh, extraterrestrial goddess. Kasi yung unang finokus yung mata niya, yung kanyang mukha tapos yung kanyang headdress. For me, na ang ganda ng headdress, tapos yung execution niya was, lumabas bigla yung mga nails. Sabi ko, ay, winner to. Pero nung kinlose up, hindi nag-match itong kanyang arms dun sa color ng kanyang suot. Tapos, yung habang naglalakad siya, yung back dress niya, medyo disturbing kasi it wasn't cut properly. Tapos nakikita mo talaga yung may lumalaylay dun sa likod at yung color na hindi naayos na nagmatch dun sa gold outfit niya. The mukha was good, yung upper body was good, pero yung execution niya at saka yung buong yung buong itsura niya doon sa stage, parang kulang na kulang pa ako for an alien inspired out. So, yun. Norman.
Ako naman, I would like to appreciate that this time around, Didi Marie Holiday had accentuated all the shapes and curves na pwede niyang ipakita. However, that's just my first impression. But on the holistic side, napansin ko nga na hindi siya katulad ng ibang racers na buo yung kulay. Sa kanya kasi parang naging flesh yung color nung arms. Then, yung kanyang kuko, pansin na wala yung thumb. Walang kuko yung thumb. Sabi ko, sige, alien, 4 lang ang daliri per kamay. Ganon. So, medyo halata yun. At saka, kasi kapag nagkakaroon ng palpak sa runway as a performer, as a host, and as a theater actor, dapat kaya mong dalin yon na hindi halata na nasira yung outfit mo. It could be part of your acting, it could be part of your presentation. Sa kanya kasi, halatang halata na nasira yung outfit during the time that she was walking. It was very unfortunate. It was a shortcoming. But at the end of the day, it could have been better kung inarte niya.
Right.
Jello.
Yung kay Didi, when I saw paglabas niya ng stage, hindi kasi alien yung nakita ko eh. What got me there was para siyang Valkyrie na Egyptian god. Ganon. Hindi alien yung dating sa
Mm.
akin. Even kahit with the nails. Kasi di ba yung mga ancient yung mga Egyptians may mahaba din ng nails na ano nila because they are portrayed as God. So hindi ko siya nakita sa alien. So dun sa category na yun pa lang nag-slide na siya for me. And then again, yung syempre napakalaking kasalanan sa drug yung magkakaroon ng malfunction, yung parang it shows your unpreparedness dun sa iyong runway.
Agree.
Mm. Tama.
Tapos may something kasi kay Didi na I don't think hindi niya kaya gawa ng act kapag nagkaroon ng malfunction. Let's say yung previous runway niya, 'di ba, nilaglag niya yung parang nag-reveal siya tapos pinulot lang niya basta. So parang wala siyang finesse-ish type kapag nagkaroon ng ganong klaseng malfunction. So I don't think she could carry that kind of error. Pero should be sa tagal mo na sa drug industry, dapat alam mo na kung paano i-handle yung mga ganun. Yun lang. So hindi rin ako makeup lang yung nagustuhan ko sa kanya. Pero the dress entirely, if you're going to judge it the entire runway of his, hindi ko siya nagustuhan. Sorry for that, Didi.
Okay. Next we have OV Kant. Yung outfit naman ni OV Kant was this parang figure na irregular. Hindi ko siya actually na-gets. Sige nga, I hope you can describe it better
Yeah.
than me.
Yeah, I would like to start with OV Kant. Okay. Kasi nung nakita ko siya, since alien inspired yung runway, nung nakita ko siya, this reminded me of Gigantes Festival. Sabi ko,
Yun,
oh my God, it was like, okay. Yun yung parang una kong sinabi, okay. Akala ko alien inspired, bakit pang Gigantes Festival? Parang, in fairness lang naman sa kanya, nadala niya sa execution na parang, para kunyari, alien siya, nanggaling siya sa pero tapos hindi pa nag-match yung shoes niya. I was looking at the shoes kasi yellow closed shoes tapos yun yung outfit mo. So parang hindi siya alien personified. So yun for me. It could have been better for Ovicon.
To me, I appreciate OV Kant this time. Basically because hindi spook. Pero nilagay pa rin yung spook niya sa yung pag ganyan. Yung pag ganyan.
Kuha mo. Kuha mo, te.
Hindi naman ako nagulat. Natawa
Sa mga
ako.
hindi nakakakita, kuhang-kuha ni Norman yung face.
Hindi ka na si Didi Marie Holiday ngayon, si Ovicon ka na, be.
Bernie, sige po. Anyways, yun nga, Ovicon to me look like an alien because you don't know naman what an alien is or how an alien looks like. However, yung sa kanya kasi parang it's an animation after an animation or an exaggeration after an exaggeration. So, I think he did well or she did well, it did well, kung ano man ang kanyang pronoun. They did
Okay.
well.
Marami
Pero, ang aking naisulat dito is, if you guys were able to watch Sineskwela back in the day, during 90s, para siya
Yeah.
isa sa mga ngipin na may cavity doon. Or para siyang plema, nagkatawang nagkaroon ng emosyon. Mukha siyang bacteria na naglalakad. Isa siya sa mga gano'n. O kaya yung mga campaign dati ng DOH na merong mga bacteria or ngipin na nagkaroon ng cavity.
Totoo.
Ganon. So sabi ko, ay, hindi lang alien ito, para ito sa buwan ng ating pangkalusugan. Ganon ang aking naisip. So to me, Ovicon really did a good job. Akala ko nga, actually, not to be a spoiler, akala ko Ovicon would be coming home or bringing a badge. Kaya lang, hindi siya yung naging winner.
Oo. Ikaw naman, Jello.
Oo naman. Akala ko isa siyang malaking paintbrush.
Ang dami namang ano. Ano ba talaga si Obican?
Kaya nga. Pero that's the thing. We don't know what an alien looks like. Di ba? So, hindi ko alam, isang malaking Monami na candy ba siya? Or
Monami, baka naman.
Di ba? Parang,
Mon ami.
you don't know. That's what.
Mon ami.
Ay, kuha mo pa yung song. Panahon na naman natin yan. Oh my God.
So yun, so yeah, I like yung actually sinabi yun 'di ba ni Ovikan na parang well, you don't weird is alien. What is not in the norm is alien, 'di ba?
Mm.
So yun
Mm-mm.
ang galing niya doon.
What is next to Norman is alien.
Mm. Ay, si Angela yun.
Huh?
The most beautiful alien.
Ayun. So
Okay.
yeah, I like it. I like what Ovikan did. Very ako for watching him or her from episode 1 up to now, para siyang nag-i-improve for me.
Mm-mm.
The rise of Ovikan.
God.
Yeah.
Angela.
Can't get enough of Ovikant. Okay, we move on now to Arizona Brandy. Ito yung Star Wars kasi parang C-3PO yung outfit niya.
Yes.
Ayun. Ayan. At least,
Yan. So,
I'm
all gold na
educated.
naman. This is the third gold outfit that we see on the main stage. Jello, ikaw naman, you go first. What can you say?
Ako, parang naging alien dahil sa reference ng Star Wars. Pero,
Yes. Mm-mm.
C-3PO is a cyborg. Diba? Ay, cyborg. Android pala, sorry, rather.
Mm-mm.
Android siya. So, hindi siya alien. Tapos, sobrang minimalist. Sobrang walang detail. Yung fringe lang ata yung nakita kong detail niya doon. And the vape couture again. So, for me, ang dry ng runway niya. Very dry.
Mm-mm.
Hindi ko siya na-appreciate. He was lucky. He wasn't in the bottom lang. Yun lang. Dry performance for Arizona Brand.
Actually, as the queen of the vape couture, ito na yung bago niyang brand. Bukod sa pagiging brandy, si Miss
Mm-mm.
Vape Couture, as we love her, Miss Arizona Brandy, hindi ko siya nakilala nung lumabas siya. Kung hindi sinabing siya si Arizona Brandy, hindi ko siya makikilala. Kasi nga covered in maybe latex gold. Pero I have to agree with Jello. Nothing spectacular.
Mm-mm.
Nothing that would resemble to the alien that we have watched on movies. So parang sabi ko, robot, hindi alien. At saka
True.
sinagip siya ng utongs. Kumbaga yung kanya mga utongs ay the nipples save
Mm-mm.
Arizona Brandy. Wala masyadong dating. Kumbaga below than safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree with
right.
Jello na swerte ni Arizona Brandy, hindi siya na bottom 2. Kasi nabanggit ng judges, yung kanyang acting was superb, pero yung kanyang runway look was nothing surprising, nothing spectacular. It's so shimmering splendid, but never
So-so.
good to, so.
Right. Well, I think siguro kay Arizona Brandy, meron siyang advocacy, #save the utongs. Kaya siguro,
Saved by the utong.
#save the utongs. Kaya ganon. So,
Uh-uh.
nasabi na nila, I was waiting for something bombastic, actually, and futuristic.
Telepantastic.
Something na kakaiba. Kasi nga, di ba, when you talk about aliens, it has something to be futuristic, something out of this world. Pero, okay, parang pumasok siya na plain. Yung kagandahan lang ng ginawa niya for me was, yes, there was a vape couture, which was his brand. Tapos yung execution niya. Pero the outfit was very plain, and for me, hindi ka tatayo at papalakpakan. So, sayang, Arizona Brandy.
Hindi ka tinayuan ni Arizona Brandy.
Hindi ako.
Hala, ano ba yan? Keep it wholesome. Ang saya naman ni Miss Jacqueline dyan.
Hindi kasi siya tinayo.
Basta yun lang.
Okay, mukhang nag-dry ang brandy ni Miss Arizona. Okay, we move on now to our next queen, si Miss Hannah Beshi. Siya naman parang alien giraffe.
Akala ko nung nakita ko si Hannah Beshi, nainggit siya sa performance ni Ovikant as si Sebastian na labas ang tiyan. Sabi ko, ay, ano to? hindi maka-get over sa kasi para siyang to me, it was sobrang like a costume. It wasn't fit for a runway. It looked like a costume to me. And ayun na
True.
naman, yung kanya namang lower garment, medyo hindi na naman malinis. And
Mm-mm.
I think hindi napakita yung Hanabeshi na fun. Sige, mukhang alien. Sige, mukha siyang something else, parang malaking buhay na garapata or crab. Pero hindi siya fun. It wasn't spectacular. It wasn't special to me. And yun nga, iduduktong ko lang na kagagaling lang po natin sa kanilang rusical na sirena na meron dong Sebastian na lobster. Mukha siyang pamilya pa rin ng mga lobster, ng mga crab. So, it
Totoo.
wasn't good. And na naman, dikit na naman siya kay Patrick Star. Is he trying to be the Patrick Star of the Philippines? That's
Right.
it.
Siguro, oo, yeah.
Right.
How about you guys? Mason and Jello.
Ako kasi nasabi na ni Norman, like, nung nakita ko siya, I was a little disappointed kasi I was expecting more of her kasi she was able to ace nga the mini challenges. Pero nung lumabas siya for the runway, I was like, oh, okay. Ganun na naman ulit yung presentation.
Agree.
Like,
Agree.
kasi 'di ba, ang dami nang natanggal. You should
Oo.
have to level up na, and as the new challenges come, you have to be prepared and you have to elevate yourselves above the others. So,
Oo.
Hanabeshi, you can do better.
Nalungkot tuloy ang beshi ko.
Oh.
Just to add, before I forget lang. Di ba yung runway look niya, yung sa kanyang first episode, siya yung pinaka-creative. Parang dito nabitinan talaga ako sa
Oo.
creativity.
Mm-mm.
Saan nagpunta? Di ba? Natulog ba? Nagmalengke? Bumili ng pandesal ang kanyang creativity?
Baka nag-holiday.
Nag-holiday.
Naka-summer holiday si Hanabeshi gamit ang Hana shampoo. Charing lang.
Baka Hana shampoo?
Baka
naman.
I have to agree with Mayton. Mayton really said it well.
Jello, how about you?
Wala na, they said it all na. Joke.
I know.
For me, yun nga, I would have to agree with them, Norman and Mason. Kasi unang labas ni Hanabeshi, siya, puno? Na, hindi ko nga siya na-reference as giraffe. Para siyang sanga-sanga lang na puno, tapos may buntot. So, I didn't even know it was a giraffe kasi yung buntot niya parang buntot ng, I don't know, cheetah, spotted, whatever it is. Hindi siya alien. It's like a cosplay rather than a drag. So,
Alam mo yun, naisip ko dun sa buntot nung likod niya. Para siyang, alam mo yung mga hyena sa Lion King?
yeah, pwede. Oo, ganun din. So, I really don't know what kind of alien.
Awimbawe. Bawing-bawe.
So, ayun, it's nothing awesome, nothing spectacular, just below the Hanabeshi we know. Parang ganun lang siya.
Parang ang naisip ko sa kanya, para siyang, alam mo yung paper mache na mga project sa school.
Oo.
Very that, no? I hope she levels up her game kasi nga, this is the last 6 queens na lang, di ba? After this. Okay. We have 2 remaining queens. Jade So. Miss Jade So is parang bodysuit na may mga pointed stuff sa balikat niya tsaka sa hips niya. Sige. What can you say about Miss Jade So, Norman?
Para siyang pumutok na piksa.
Okay, please put it delicately.
It was like a blister that exploded.
Ang kadar-dar naman yun.
It is something that you have to explain. Again, advertising 101. When it has to be explained, your outfit, your message is totally screwed. Walang presentation na dapat mo pang i-explain kung andyan na. Look nga eh. Kailan nagsalita ang look?
True. The judges had to ask kung ano ba yung niya, yung outfit niya, no?
Oo.
Even they did not understand. What about you, Jello. What can you say about Miss Jade So's outfit na ang explanation niya body dysmorphia? Do you think that qualifies alien?
Actually, hindi ko siya naintindihan. Si si Jade So, parang nung pagpasok niya, okay, maganda yung kanyang maganda, maganda siya apparently. Unique yung hairstyle this time. Ano 'yan? Wow.
Beer.
Beer.
Beer, okay. Oktoberfest na.
Shot.
Ayan, oo, sige. She
Shut,
wasn't able
shut,
to she
shut,
wasn't
shut,
able
shut,
to
shut,
give
shut.
me that wow factor actually yung pumasok siya, 'di ba? Tapos yung medyo makalat yung kanyang execution. Yun lang so far.
Akala ko may sasabihin ka pa.
Ako din, sabi ni Joni kanina, ang masasabi lang kay Jade So, yun lang so far. Okay, Jello.
Ako, ano, I think parang very Lady Gaga yung dating niya doon. Walang originality. I would like to connect it to the Tron legacy, yung pa-helmet niya, yung pa-face shield niya. Pero
Alien ba yun?
hindi ko nga alam, hindi nga alien yun eh. It's really out of context. If there's any context at all. Diba?
Hmm.
Wala eh.
At saka ang luwag ng suot niya.
For a bodysuit, no? Dapat fit yun eh.
I
Yeah.
don't know what shows she's been watching to reference that on Alien, pero that's not no for me.
Hmm.
And with
Okay.
her claim na she has this alien world or she goes out of this world and meron siyang ibang mga pinupuntahan. Parang I really don't get it. I'm sorry, Miss Jade. So we love you, we like you, we adore you, we find you beautiful. But this time around, aside from looking like a blister, a skin disease that popped out, I don't get ba't maluwag yung suot mo. Is that a pull out?
Ay,
Clock,
bitch.
bitch.
Clock.
Okay, so that's it for Miss Jade. So, our last queen to enter the main stage was Miss Bernie. So, ang kay Mama Bernie naman is inspired daw by Aaliyah from Queen of the Damned. So, just a little backgrounder para sa mga hindi nakapanood ng Queen of the Damned na movie. Aaliyah's role was actually a vampire.
Mhm.
So, yeah, what can you say about her outfit? Who wants to go first? Jello, sige. What about you? What did you think?
Yeah, yung ni-reference niya, very Queen of the Damned naman, to be fair with Bernie. But then again, the category was alien, not vampire. And again, for me, the brand of the play safe Bernie is still there. Hindi ako actually nabonggahan or nakabugan dun sa outfit niya or sa runway niya. So lang sa akin, bro.
Mason.
Yeah, what captured me was her ring lights. Pero masyadong busy yung damit niya, tingnan. Na masyadong maraming nangyayari na hindi ko, I had a hard time figuring out what exactly was she projecting. So parang for me, hindi ko ma-pinpoint kung ano yung details ng suot niya, kung ano yung parang, kung ano siya, parang wala siyang masyadong title na pinapakita. Well, I don't know about the Queen of the Damned, honestly, pero parang hindi siya queenly tingnan with her outfit. So, yun lang.
How about you, Norman?
To me, kung hindi alien yung ating theme or yung ating look na kailangan na i-present, ganda ni Bernie, very warrior, very on point yung kanyang pagiging beautiful defender. Kaya lang kasi alien. So sabi ko, asan yung alien dito? Tapos I had to research kung sino yung alien warrior na ganun yung costume. Like, ano ba to ano yung movie ulit na na may nandun si Gru, Defender of the Galaxy. Ano yan?
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Guardians of the Galaxy. Parang sabi ko, yun ba yung pinoportray? Valkyrie. Parang Valkyrie yung isa na isip ko. Kaya lang, hindi pa rin eh. So, more of warrior si Bernie. And again, it was just so beautiful and safe. Nothing about alien. Buti na lang maganda yung performance niya kahit papaano. Safe yung performance niya doon sa ating acting challenge. Sa runway, yes, body beautiful, makeup beautiful, Bernie delivers. Pero asan yung alien? So,
Mm-mm.
something to think about.
Yeah. And again, silver na naman yung outfit niya.
Paborito niya talaga yun, no?
Oo.
Baka yun lang kasi yung kaya ng isa niyang mata.
Grabe siya, oh. Anyways, okay. So that's it for our remaining 7 queens. The safe queens were Ovi Kant, Bernie, Hanabeshi, and Arizona Brandy. And the winner of the challenge of Drama Rama Mama was chin, 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 Captivating Cat Cat. Deserved ba?
Congratulations!
Congratulations. Deserve.
Congratulations!
Big
Okay.
yan ng hoverboard
Congratulations.
yan.
Deserve naman, you agree?
Oo. Acting at saka yung runway look, deserve na
Yes.
deserve. And this is her second Rue badge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oo nga,
Nakaitlog
no?
ulit
After
siya.
Snatch Game.
Deserve kasi
True,
True.
true.
yung character niya dun sa acting was not far-fetched to what is her personality. Remember yung nag-away sila nag-away sila sa episode 2 ba yun ni
Ni
Jade
Jade
Saw.
So.
So, di ba? Parang ganun lang din ginawa niya.
Natural.
Natural, yes, correct. Natural siya.
Walang halong chemical.
Natural.
Oo.
Natural.
Walang chemical.
Natural.
No.
Okay. So, that makes Miss Didi, Marie Holiday, and Miss Jade So as the bottom queens. And they lip sync to the song of RuPaul.
I bring the beat.
Okay. What can you say about the lip sync naman?
Honestly, to me, walang standout performance sa lip sync. As in, like literal, ito yung sunod-sunod na lip sync na parang for me, parang, to me, like parang, oh my God. So, parang saan nanggagaling yung gigil? Saan nanggagaling yung energy? Saan nanggagaling yung
True.
parang drama? So, parang nakulangan ako dun sa pasabog nila talaga. As in, gustong-gusto mo magstay, pero parang wala, hindi pinapakita sa performance. Si Didi hirap gumalaw. Si Miss Jade, so parang stationary siya doon. 'Di ba? Hindi niya minaximize yung space. Ang lapad-lapad ng space, ang ganda-ganda ng tunog, I Bring the Beat by RuPaul. So, you have to make sure that you have to jive with the song na nililip sync mo. Kasi nga, lip sync battle siya. So, you have to bring all your bullets sa battle. So, parang hindi ko yun nakita sa kanila. Sadly, for me, kung ako lang pipiliin, wala, I have to sashay both of them away for that performance.
What about you, Norman?
Well, ako, kitang-kita ko kasi na gustong lumaban pa rin sa mga mata sa mga mata ni Didi Marie Holiday. Kitang-kita ko na gusto niyang lumaban. Kaya lang kasi, one way or the other, parang she didn't come prepared. Like, isa lang yung kanyang pa-surprise. Ang ate Jade So, may laser beams. Merong may mga iba pang pasabog. At saka, napapanganga ni Jade So yung mga judges. Pero I also have to agree with Mayton, walang something na kaiga-igaya, katuwa-tuwa, at saka kagulat-gulat sa mga nangyari. Parang na-predict mo na may pasabog din si Jade So. Pero the enthusiasm, the yearning to win, I didn't see that with Jade So. I saw that in the eyes of Didi Marie Holiday. Pero parehong kinulang. Parehong parang, ba't malungkot ang beshi ko? Bakit parang nagugutom ka ba?
Miss Jacqueline, pakisagot.
Na-out na lang sila paano yan. Kasi, for me, for this season, the worst lip sync that there was, para sa mga bottoms. Yung mga previous sing-off nila, mas maganda pa kaysa sa ngayon eh. Ngayon, they did not use the rest of the stage. Kasi I Bring the Beat yung tugtog, tapos stationary ka. Number
Mm.
2, for me, yung laser. It would have been better kung madilim. Kaya siguro di alam ni Miss Jade so kung saan niya itututok yung laser. Kaya sa sarili na lang niya. Para makita na meron siyang pasabog na laser.
Mm.
Pasabog naman ni Didi was very old school, pa-confetti. So, I have to agree with Norman and Mason na walang buhay yung sing-off.
Mm.
Could
Yeah.
kung pwede lang mag-sashay away ng dalawa, they could have done that siguro. It was
Mm.
disappointing for those two people.
This is the second disappointing lip sync battle ha.
Yeah,
Kasi last week parang ganun din between Matilda naman and
with Jade Solid.
yeah. Pero laging may baon si Jade So na pasabog or gimmick sa lip sync niya. And the laser thingy saved her this
That's
time.
right. You know what, maad lang, I was like thinking siguro, since sa mga untucked episode, 'di ba? Usually after the performance, nagiinom sila. Feeling ko nakainom sila or kaya ba nasobrahan sila ng inom dun sa or medyo frustrated na sila, dalang-dala nila dun sa performance nila kapag tinatawag nila na sila pabalik. Siguro I think nakadagdag din yung mga sinasabi ng mga tao sa kanila sa untucked. No? What do you think? Diba?
Nasobra ng Nomo.
Oo, nasobrahan ng nomo. So, ganon. Ayun. Anyway, wag masyadong magnomo kung gusto mo manalo. Oo.
Mm-mm.
So,
Kung gusto mong magnomo,
After.
tara. Nomo.
Spice up
At
lang.
na.
Don't
Oo.
spice up lang. Wag mong ilubog yung sarili mo.
oo.
Too much
Yeah.
of something is always bad enough.
Right.
Kakanta ka na ba? Spice Girls?
Papunta na doon.
Anyway, ultimately, Jade saw, shanted, and stayed. So, Miss Didi Holiday sashayed away. So, I say deserve naman. And kahit siya mismo, parang accepted niya rin na, she did not deliver both in the acting challenge and the runway. So,
It is
that's it.
sad.
Uh-uh.
Sad. I'm a fan of Didi Marie Holiday. It's sad. Medyo mahaba din yung kanyang speech. Very well said. Pero this is the first time I realized na kahit ata or maybe sa editing, hindi na nasabi ni Mama Pao na sashay away Didi Marie Holiday or Didi Marie Holiday sashay away. Sobrang naging
Mm-mm.
emotional nung ating runway, nung ating stage, and even the judges were crying. It's very unfortunate kasi feeling ko fan din siya ni Inay, ni Diamond Star, Miss Maricel Soriano. Tapos, dun pa siya nagsasay away. Still, congratulations, Didi Marie Holiday,
Oo.
because you are Rue Girl.
Yeah, and she made it this far pa rin, di ba?
Oo.
And nagkaroon pa rin siya ng Rue badge bago siya natanggal.
Good.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Anything to add, Miss Jacqueline?
Well, it goes to show lang na it doesn't mean that if you're that long enough in the industry, hindi ka na establish or parang you would take everything like a grain of salt na, or magiging complacent ka na. Or it doesn't even mean na pag mga bago yung kasi yung sing-off nila is bago si Jade, so matagal na si DT, diba? So it doesn't mean na matagal ka na doon or meron ka ng branding, established na yung identity
Name.
o yung name mo, mag-stay ka or hindi ka na ma-assist or hindi ka na maboboto. Pero yun nga, the lesson is you should come in prepared, you should baon a lot of focus and yung learning to win talaga. Kasi yung mga errors, hindi naman yan maiiwasan. Pero, pwede mo siyang gawa ng paraan. To make it look that it was not an error. Ganong bagay.
True. I agree. Anyways, another queen has sashayed away and we have 6 remaining queens. Ayan. So, ang aabangan naman natin next week is gonna be a makeover challenge. Yan.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
True.
So, we will see you again next week for Drag Race Philippines Season 2, Episode 7. Okay, that's it for now. And please share your social media handles to us. Norman, go ahead. Invite our listeners.
Again, thank you very much, everybody, for your continued patronage and your support to Cinegeeks. Sana po hanggang sa finale ay magsama-sama pa rin tayo sa pakikinig sa aming review, assessment, at pagmamahal for this year's Drag Race Philippines. My social media po, please follow me on Instagram. It's Nomanjay. It's KNOWMANJAY.
Yes, so maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga drag racers at sa lahat ng mga patuloy na sumusuporta dito sa Cine Geeks. Again, I'm your Kasanimaton, so please follow me on my Facebook and IG account. So that's MATHON_ALAGOS. At kita-kits po ulit tayo next week for another episode of Cine Geeks. Ayan.
So, hi. Ayan, so kung my socials naman are in Maton Socials, so you can just visit Maton's IG and I'll be there. And thank you for watching and tuning in again on another episode of our review sa ating Drag PH. No? So keep tuned in. Yan ba? Tama, kinig kayo.
Yeah. Yes, and also please don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Threads, and Twitter, Instagram, so you can join in on the Cinegeeks conversation. You can share with us what you thought about the episode. We are at CinegeeksPod in all of those accounts. Anyway, this has been Angela. For my co-hosts, I'd like to thank you all for your continued patronage and keep on listening. Stay tuned for our next episode. This has been Cine Geeks, where movies, TV, and all things geek collide. Woohoo!